What the heck? What must Rollins be thinking?
I don't know. I think he's thinking,
again,
what is it going to take, obviously? Or do I have what it's going to take?
Over and over and over again.
Guys, what is Rollins going to have to do?
King, you remember when he talked about having to go to that place very few men can find, very few men can go to? Seth Rollins, I think, has come to grips with he's got to go to somewhere he never even knew existed.
Hello and welcome to... I can't do it. I can't do it. What did we watch last night? As you heard at the start of the show, WWE and Vince McMahon dropped an absolute bollock. Honestly, I'm speechless. What was that last night? So, for people who've been sleeping under a rock, last night, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, your top babyface in the company against the hottest act in the company. There's no way you can mess this up, right? There's no way, right? No, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is... Do you know what? I'm going to give it to him. He's a genius. The man is a genius. Only a genius could do what he managed to do last night. So, before the match, I tweeted out, a dominant 6 to 7 minute win for Bray here is the way to go. That is all you needed to do last night. Have Bray go over. Seth can put up a little bit of a fight. But no, Vince McMahon knows best. Remember that. Vince McMahon knows best. This man, through one piece of booking, got the entire arena to boo their top babyface. The entire arena booing the match with their hottest act in the company in. The entire arena are chanting for the biggest rivals, AEW. And the entire arena are demanding a refund. This man is a genius. How did this happen? Honestly, right, all joking aside, it's hard to even be mad. Honestly, I was sat there last night, right? For people who don't know, I'm in the UK. It's about 3 a.m. I'd watched the first hour of the show and I'd enjoyed it. It was good. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, do you know what? This pay-per-view's been alright. I've enjoyed the opening 3 matches. Then we had a bit of a downer. The next couple of matches were a bit whatever. But in the main, we was only there for Sasha, Becky, Hell in a Cell, and for Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. So I thought, well, we had a good opening now. If they can give us a good main event, I'm happy with that. There was no hype really going into the pay-per-view. And what did they do? The main event, what? Seth Rollins hits, what was it, 12 curb stomps? 12 curb stomps on Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt's just kicking out. Fair enough, you're trying to get him over. But they did this in a dark match after the show on Raw the other week, and the crowd were booing it. They've tested it. They knew what was going to happen. Honestly, I really did not want to rant on this pod, but do you know what I mean? It's impossible not to. It is impossible not to. Last night, I've been watching WWE now since, 18, 19 years maybe. This is the worst. I'm not buying anyone saying anything else. This is the worst piece of booking from WWE this century. This is up there with Katie Vick. This is up there with the Daniel Bryan debacle, with Batista winning the Rumble, with Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. This is worse. You've completely... Seth Rollins will not recover from this. Seth Rollins, there's videos going about. Have you seen the picture of the sign with it? Seth Rollins is not cool. The crowd, they'd already, over these last few months, you know what I mean, there's been murmurings of people turning on Seth, and this was just it. I was sat in my chair last night watching this, and I was like, I was shaking my head. I was laughing at points of it. At point about it, do you know what I mean? It was quite funny what they were doing. How can they be so stupid? Vince McMahon has got a lot of clever people around him. We always hear about what a booking genius Paul Heyman is. Paul Heyman must have known what was going to happen last night. If you'd have told anyone with a brain what the plan was for that match last night, you would have said to Vince, the crowd are going to hate it. The crowd are going to hate it. You cannot end a Hell in a Cell match with the bell ringing for a no disqualification. Do you know what I mean? None of this no contest bollocks. This was a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? It was really simple what they needed to do. Have Bray go over in 5 to 7 minutes. I'm hearing people saying, well, what'd you do? We wanted Bray to look strong. We wanted Seth to look strong. Here's what you do. You don't book the match if you want to keep everyone looking strong. You've ruined these two people. You've ruined them. People saying, oh, Bray Wyatt will be fine. I'm sorry, but we've all thought, give it time, WWE will ruin Bray Wyatt. I didn't expect it to take a month. They've ruined him. I'm sorry. He'll still be over, but not to the extent he was. This was the worms in the ring at WrestleMania 33 moment, multiplied by 20. I'm literally... I was sat here speechless. So last night, this pay-per-view finishes at 3:15. I'm literally falling asleep. And after I watched this, I was sat there just in shock for about an hour. What did we watch last night? Honestly, what? I can't work out why they've done this. Why? AEW has just beat them in the ratings, yeah? And what is WWE's response to this? We'll do things to piss the crowd off. We'll have Kofi Kingston lose to Brock Lesnar that the majority of the crowd hate in 9 seconds. That was on Friday. 2 days later, Seth Rollins retains the title against Bray Wyatt. The entire arena are booing it. They're chanting AEW. What a disaster. This man, Vince, has got to go. He doesn't know what he is doing. Honestly, Fightful.com, they're reporting that the finish of the Bray Wyatt-Seth Rollins match at Hell in a Cell was reportedly a Vince McMahon call. Well, I could have told you that myself. And his sight and vision played out how he wanted it, according to the people backstage. There was apparently one person that even said Vince was laughing at how the fans reacted to this ending. The man is laughing at you, all you people that defend WWE. He's laughing at you. He is laughing. He can do what he wants. And you're all still going to support him. You've all been treated like shit. Like shit for years now. You've been told what match you should have. What match you need to main event the biggest show of the year. And you've sat there and you've took it. You're all on Twitter hating. You're all wanting, a big majority of you at least, are wanting AEW to fail because WWE is the only company that is for mainstream wrestling in your eyes. And look how stupid you all look now. Stupid, Peter. As Randy Orton would say, stupid. You back this company to the hill and they throw it back in your face. Honestly, I can't believe what we watched last night. That I've been talking to people on in all serious. No, I got a bit carried away there. In all serious, that was WWE's finger poke of doom moment. People now, they've lost any goodwill that they'd regained over these last few months with the solid shows that they've been putting on. Like, if there was ever a time to not remind your fans you don't really care about them, you don't really know what you're doing, it was not now. This was a bad time to do it. In a few years, 10 years' time, when there's books being written about this first year of WWE versus AEW, people will look back at this as a key moment. I'm not saying, everyone's going to go and watch AEW now, but they've lost a hell of a lot of goodwill. Later in the month, they're travelling to Saudi Arabia, so they're going to lose even more goodwill then. I know some of us are sort of used to it now, but honestly, I rate matches on Grapple. If you don't use the Grapple app, use it. It's quite good for using a basis. The Hell in a Cell Bray Wyatt Seth Rollins match is currently an average rating of 0.67. 0.67. I can't quite remember a match so lowly rated. I don't even know what to say. The match was a disaster. An absolute disaster. honestly, I'm just speechless. I have no organisation for this show whatsoever. You know, I've even been positive about WWE for a few weeks, except for that horrible SmackDown show. And I feel like they've just slapped me in the face with a fish. Like, thoughts on Hell in a Cell. I've put this tweet up. Thoughts on Hell in a Cell. Winner, split, or loser are your possible choices. 5% have selected a winner. 5%, that's it. 5% of you thought this show was winner, and it's a slap in the face to Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, a slap in the face to Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan, a slap in the face to the creative Mustafa Ali and Randy Orton, who put on a really good opening to the show. The first hour and 20 minutes of the show was good. It was good, and nobody is talking about it because they are all talking about the absolute shit show that happened last night. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm glad I stayed up for it. This was a moment that I will... You're never going to forget the Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt Hell in a Cell from 2019, are you? Not for the right reasons, but you're never going to forget it. It was something else, weren't it? Now, I didn't really want to do a Hell in a Cell review. Me, Danny, and Joe are going to be doing a Hell in a Cell full review on Wednesday. I'll probably have calmed down by then. As I say, I'm sat here. I should really be at work, and instead I'm sat here on my microphone, ranting with a coffee, about to tackle a day at work. But wow, what happened last night? So tune in for our review, which will be up probably Wednesday, Thursday. Make sure you look out on your neutral wrestling podcast feeds and your WWE versus AEW feeds for the second week of WWE versus AEW, when hopefully WWE have come back with a good NXT show. Triple H must be sat there thinking, what is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? Seriously. So yeah, make sure you tune in, subscribe, check our content out on YouTube. Just search Neutral Wrestling. I hope, do you know what? I'm sure you've probably not enjoyed this, but I haven't enjoyed it. What a sour taste in the mouth it has left. What a shame. What an absolute... what a shame. Terrible, terrible stuff from WWE as we end this run on the Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell match. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. Thanks for listening. And well, thanks for listening. See you later, everyone. Thank you. Dear me.